So for those who know me, I'm Raya. For those who don't know me, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my background. My story, I started as a founder. I used to be in private banking in Switzerland, but my big passion is entrepreneurship, and I'm starting businesses and helping others also do the same, start their own companies. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started 15 years ago, but I would say it's really the last 8 years that I started to get it and start several companies at the same time sometimes. And in general, every 2 years, I start a new company. I'm a startup advisor, not just me, myself and people within my team. We help companies go from idea to exit. We have a network of board members. We train board members as well. And we help founders go from idea stage to fundraising, scaling, increasing their sales, optimizing their team, and so on and so on. And part of it is also brand building. I'm an investor in 70 plus companies. I have invested via VC funds, via accelerators. This is why I have a big portfolio. I have invested via investment companies, syndicates, as well as directly in startups. I have advised many founders since 2015. I have built large communities. So I'm a community builder at heart. And I have been building my brand on different platforms. First on Facebook when it was, hype, 2015, then Instagram, and now only on LinkedIn for the last 12 months and a little bit more. So I built communities, and I know the value of building communities even before starting your business. Please do that before you start your business or while you're building your business. It's so important. There is so much value in bringing people together, creating value for them upfront to make sure that you're building the right product for them and co-create it together. I have launched the online platform, the Hub.io in Norway. This is the largest job platform for startups to recruit talent. I also launched Gründer Academy, one of the very first online accelerators in the Nordics. I also became, after exiting from Gründer Academy, CEO at the Factory Accelerators, one of the most active accelerators in Norway. I'm a board member at Norban, which is the Norwegian Business Angel Association and network for angel investors. And I'm a founder, obviously, at the Visionary Company NVC. I'm a mom of 2, and I love nature. So we go straight to the point, reasons for building a personal brand. I love this picture. It speaks so much. You have 4 very well-known brands and 2 CEOs who have more engagement and more followers on their profiles than on the company profiles. Because it's simple. People trust people, not companies. So I often have that question, should I build my company page, my brand on my company? Or should I focus on my personal brand? Well, it depends on the stage. But so in the beginning, focus on the personal brand because that's what people know. They know you. They don't know your company. Your company is still small. And actually, even when you're growing, focus more and more on the personal brand because this is where people will find you. They will find you on your personal profile. They want to build trust with you. They want to get to know you before buying from you. So there is different kind of content to post on your company page and your personal brand. But if I had to pick just one that will drive sales and will drive the growth of your business in the long term, it would be the personal brand. People trust people, not companies. People want to buy from people. People want to hear from people. People want to get to know them, the CEOs, the people behind the company to decide to trust or not. Do I want to buy from them or not? Do I like how they think? Do they inspire me? Are they people I can relate to? Do they understand me? Are they human? Why LinkedIn? Because you have close to 1 billion people on LinkedIn. This is the business world. And people on LinkedIn expect to sell and to engage with others to be sold. This is the professional network where expectations are clear. You are only a few clicks away from potential clients, only a few clicks away. So find your clients and reach out. Of course, there are methodologies on how to do it right. Nobody likes cold emails. Nobody likes cold messages. So there is an art into that as well that I also advise on. So the world is there a few clicks away from partners, advisors, investors, and talent. Build a community. It gives you an opportunity to build a community, get feedback, co-create products and services. When you gain that visibility, also other opportunities come your way. Speaking, podcast engagement, interview opportunities, and so on. Get to position yourself as a thought leader build trust, and gain credibility. So it's like a snowball effect. Everything comes together. You post, you become visible, you become more visible. And make visibility your competitive advantage. Most professionals don't build their brand. Everybody's scared to put, we're scared to put ourselves out there. And I know the feeling. As soon as I leave LinkedIn for a few days or weeks, it's also hard to come back. So it's very normal to have that fear. We wonder, how are the others going to perceive us? Do we say something right? Do we say something wrong? What are they going to think? And so on. But once you have started and you have understood a few rules when it comes to content creation, methodologies and strategies, and also it's like a muscle. The more you post, the more you write, the easier it gets. So start to be able to stand out, because the majority don't do it. Get started. And also, what I love about LinkedIn, and why I dropped Instagram for LinkedIn, and why I obviously dropped Facebook for LinkedIn as well, it's because LinkedIn is designed to help you expand and reach a wider audience. Let's make the most of it while we can, because before Instagram, you could do that on Instagram. If you remember, when you liked someone's post on Instagram, your network could see it. That's not possible anymore on Instagram. On LinkedIn, when you like someone's post, your network sees it. When someone likes your post, their network sees it. So there is this effect, compound effect, that we can make the most of. This is how people can grow quite quickly, relatively quickly, with consistency, of course, and the right content on LinkedIn. So today, your potential clients and users expect you to show up. They are on LinkedIn for the majority. Give them time to get to know you. And I don't know if you're familiar with the rule of 7. This is a rule in marketing and social media. Your potential customers need to be exposed to your brand at least 7 times before buying from you. So that's why we need to show up and build trust over time, so they can start understanding who we are and consider becoming a customer. So my LinkedIn story, a few months ago, I decided to go full in, invest my time with intention to grow and run my business, our business, thanks to LinkedIn. So today, these are some of my metrics. Today, I have 36,000 followers, made a lot of friends, connections from all around the world. Our business runs thanks to LinkedIn. It's all inbound, 0 outbound, 0 ads. It's all organic. We have raised our fund last year thanks to LinkedIn. My lead investor reached out to me on LinkedIn, and finally we met, and we raised our first fund together. Now we're planning a second one, and we have been working on multiple ventures with other people. Basically, I met him thanks to LinkedIn, and I met so many other people who came my way thanks to LinkedIn, who I work with now on a regular basis. We have launched products and generated revenue also thanks to LinkedIn, only thanks to LinkedIn. And I post an average of 2-3 times per week. When it gets very busy, I post low, but I really try to still be out there. Okay, so I did have an aha moment, and that was 2 years ago. You can see the date. I screenshotted this yesterday when I was making the presentation. So I had an aha moment, and what happened is that, 3 years ago, I was starting a new company. One year, hustling, hit the wall, was having a burnout. And I got an opportunity at the university to recover, and I had the opportunity at university to teach entrepreneurship at Christiania University in Oslo, to reconnect with what I love doing, which is advising, and take it a little bit, slow down. I had access to this program from idea to investor that I was teaching and co-creating. And it was really a great program. So I wanted to see if there were other people interested. I really saw the value of that program. I was teaching and coaching over 100 students, and within 2 months, they were going from idea to understanding how to pitch and fundraise within 2 months. I created a LinkedIn post explaining, do you want to start a business, score customers, and become investor ready in 2 months? Yes, I explained what the program contains. And if people are interested to get access to that program, please reach out. I created that post and I posted it on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I made with that post 20,000 euros. So I never thought before that we could make money that quickly on LinkedIn with a post. I put a post, I asked people to contact me, I followed up, I offered them the product, obviously for a price. I got many people part of the program, and this is how I made money. I was like, okay, so actually, and obviously it worked better on LinkedIn than the other platforms. So I was like, this is interesting. We can actually sell quite quickly on LinkedIn, and I've never done it that way. And there were so many people interested on LinkedIn that I never met. I had also 5,000 followers on LinkedIn, which is obviously not nothing. It's a good start, but I was not active on LinkedIn. While I've been trying so hard on Instagram, for example, so hard, creating content every day, but it's so competitive. On Instagram, I was competing with so many. I decided to test for another year LinkedIn and Instagram. And 6 months later, I stopped posting on Instagram. So if you go on my Instagram right now, you will find nothing, 2 pictures. And I recommend everybody to follow me on LinkedIn. So what to expect when you grow on LinkedIn? There are strategies and methodologies to learn and practice. There is no overnight success. It's about learning, testing, failing, being playful. You need to post regularly and learn what works, what does not work. You will get a lot of attention and traction. So can you manage that? It will stress test your system, which is a good thing. A few times last year, I was waking up with, because of some viral posts, waking up with 1,000 new followers or even more than 6,000 new followers, which means that a percentage of them sends you DMs, many of them. Even if it's 10%, that's a lot of new DMs in your inbox. How do you manage that? Do you have the team in place and so on? So actually in June, I disappeared for a few weeks because I had to recruit. And this is when I met Espen, who's here. I had to recruit to help me manage the inbox and the deal flow. So you will get a lot of attention. How can you manage? It will be a good test on you for your organization. LinkedIn can and will become your main sales channel and your CRM. It's one place to build relationships, do marketing, and sell. Where else would you be anyway, if this is where you have your clients and you can do everything in one place? You will be exposed to endless opportunities, such as public speaking, podcast opportunities. It's a snowball effect. The more you are out there, the more visibility you will get and opportunities, and you will make a lot of friends. So where do we start? It's important to define your goal. What do you want to achieve? Is it to build your newsletter? Is it to become a public speaker? Is it to drive sales? What is it? Who is your ideal customer, the ideal customer profile? You need to know who you're talking to so you can connect with them and bring the right audience, the right clients to follow you and engage with you and get to know you. It's not about speaking to everybody, because when we speak to everybody, we speak to nobody. We need to know who we're talking to. And very important, what are the problems we're solving for them? Because we need to be able to provide a solution. This is what the foundation for business. You have clients, they have problems, you offer the solution. And your content is actually the premium part of your product. Your content is already the solution to the problem. This is when we create valuable content. Content needs to create value. Value. We are done with content that is purely promotional about ourselves. It's not about ourselves anymore on LinkedIn, and maybe it should have never been. It's about the others. If you want to build an audience, if you want to engage with people, if you want to gain the trust of clients, we need to create value for them. And what is your call to action? What do you want to achieve? Where do you take these potential clients or users or community? Maybe to a newsletter, maybe to book a call with you. Maybe it's part of your market research. You engage with potential customers to understand their problems, and you offer a call with you so you can uncover some of their challenges and you get to know really what are they looking for, what are the problems you need to solve for them. Solve problems, create value. In your content, you should already create value. When someone reads your content, they should feel, I learned something today. Thank you. They should say thank you. Even if they don't comment it or write it, that should be the feeling. They should remember you. They should be speaking about you. So it's not content that is, we don't write content for us, we write it for others. Think of it like the premium part of your product. Actually, your content should be so valuable that they should feel that they should pay for it. One of the mistakes we often do with LinkedIn is considering that it's still a CV. Yes, it started as a platform to, build your network and find job opportunities. Today, if you want to build a business with LinkedIn, if you want to stand out also as a professional, do not consider LinkedIn as a CV anymore. LinkedIn is a website, it's a landing page. So your banner actually, so Jairo is one of my clients, part of a group I'm running right now to help professionals, founders build their brand on LinkedIn and support their business with that. So we've been working together since September. And you see it very clearly on his profile, what he does. I help and teach CEOs, so we know as soon as you go on his profile, you see if it's relevant to you or not. I'm a CEO, I'm not a CEO, and their team. He helps and teach. This is what he does. To do what? To 10x their website organic traffic. And he has a call to action, join my 90-day SEO sprint. So your website is your landing page. The banner communicates your message, what you do, who you do it for, how, plus a call to action. Your title, your tagline explains what's in it for the reader. If you say, I'm the CEO of, if he started, for example, with, I'm the CEO of my company, well, we're like, great for you. I don't know what's in it for me, Instead, he's starting with helping CEOs with their SEOs, with their SEO. So when you go on his profile or when you see him posting something, and for the first time you see somebody from your network engaging under his content, you will see Jairo, Jairo David Guerrero Vasquez, helping CEOs with their SEO. You're like, oh, if it's relevant to you, if it speaks to you, you will go on his profile and will follow. This is how it works. If the first line, and you know it, because if you look at people's posts, you only see the first few words of the tagline. If it's not relevant to you as a potential follower for somebody else, you're not going to follow. You're not incentivized. You don't know what's in it for you. But instead, when you see helping CEOs with this, if you're a CEO, you're like, yeah, I follow. I need a CEO. I follow. So your title explains what's in it for the reader, how you help. Your bio is not a bio. And please don't write in the third person. Everybody knows we're the only one who have access to our own profiles. So no writing in the third person, which I still see a lot out there. And it's time to just remove it from the best practices. The about section, and I see we're running out of time soon, so I'm going to really speed up. The about section is not an about section. If you look at mine, just look at my profile. I put my testimonials, how we help, who we help, what we do, call to action, and bio. Feature section as well. It's your landing page. It's the first impression you give to people. They need to know that what's in it for them. So my feature section is my call to action. If they can book a call with me, they can join my newsletter, or they can go on my website. And here we're going to work on, I'm going to share with you some tips on how to improve your content. There are a few guidelines to know, and here are some of them. So number one, the hook. The first line really, really matters. If the first line is not intriguing and sparking curiosity, people will not press more. As you know, we only see the first 3 lines of a post, and if it's not interesting enough, we will skip and move on to the next post. So you have to spend a lot of time on that first sentence, like I've done here. It's easy to be a founder. Obviously, it's not easy to be a founder, so it pushes people to read more and engage. I will share with you the presentation, so don't worry, you will have access to all of this as well as the recording. Is your post concise? You know that people don't read, people don't have time. You need to go straight to the point. Have short paragraphs, use short sentences, weigh the value of each sentence, remove unnecessary words, and create space to make it easy to go through the text. Grammar and proofreading. Don't use ChatGPT to create your text. Correct? Yes, not to create. Still, it's not my favorite tool to correct my text. I prefer WordTune because WordTune not only, if you're not a native English speaker like me, you can make mistakes, obviously, but not only it corrects the text, but also it shortens the sentences. Your post need to be either or and entertaining, inspiring, or educating. Can be and educating. So your post needs to create a reaction, create value always, and a reaction for each post. You can mix between entertaining, inspiring, educating. Big bonus, there being unconventional and provocative. I will show you an example. And follow the 80-20 rule. 80% value, 20 and even 10% ask. And ask is join my event. For example, join my event, or give me feedback on something. What are you interested in? You're asking something. But most of the time, we need to create value before, we need to give before we ask. We need to stop asking, we need to really give and prove ourselves to deserve the attention and trust. And let's avoid the humble brag. We've seen that a lot. We have seen LinkedIn as a CV. We have seen also LinkedIn as a humble brag platform, such as I'm humbled and honored to have been chosen for this amazing award and being featured on this magazine. It's great from time to time, but again, let's always remember what's in it for them. For example, if you do a humble brag post, it's okay, but then share something valuable. Share how you got there. Share information, insights, so others, the readers, can achieve the same. Empower people. So I do a mix of a little bit everything. On the right, on the left, with actual reality post that I made in June, went viral and reached close to 100,000 likes, and that was millions of impressions. That was the right timing, because at that time, new products from Meta and Apple released. I don't remember which one actually at that time. So right timing, funny, provocative. I do a mix between entertaining, educating, inspiring. So there is the video that I posted last week with Sam Altman, which is educating and inspiring. And I do other posts as well, mostly educating my audience, providing them with insights, with something that will help them move further in their journey. And from time to time, I follow, the 90-10% rule or 80-20% rule, and I make an ask. Like 2 days ago, I put that I'm hosting this event. If you want to join, you can join, which is to me a mix between creating value and also making an ask. This is another one of a founder that I have helped before summer on fundraising, scaling, but also on LinkedIn. And one of her posts went viral as well, this one with red underwear. A few weeks after she finished our program together, it went viral, got her opportunities. Here she talks about it in the post in the middle. She said, yesterday night I traveled to Helsinki because of a LinkedIn post. She got offered, advisory positions, mentorship, and so on. And this is what happens. You get visibility, and that visibility keeps on increasing with other opportunities, which makes it easier for you to speak to potential clients and to new clients, because they will go check your profile, or maybe they have already been exposed to your brand before you reached out. I have another founder of a scale-up. Actually, it's like relatively established in Norway. In the AI space, and I told him, why are you working? I mean, it's really great that you want to work on your LinkedIn profile with me. I appreciate it, but why do you need it? Like, you have so many clients, 70 plus clients worldwide. Why do you need LinkedIn? I want to hear it. And he said, Raya, when I go to a sales meeting, and when my team is selling, actually the customer goes and they look to my profile, the CEO profile, not the company profile, the CEO profile, and see what kind of content. And this became a decision. In the process of decision making, it became an element that supports them or not. If they're not active, if the CEO is not putting himself or herself out there, or themselves out there, and instead the other one, the competitor, is doing it, well, the potential customer prefers to go with someone they feel they know better or is more visible. So this is why he's building his brand now, to be able to compete against his competitors. So another element to keep in mind when you write a post, does your post have a call to action? What is the purpose of your post? Getting more followers, selling a product, growing your newsletter, building authority? Make the most of each post, add a call to action. Call to action can be also comment because you want more engagement. Add that at the end of your post. And ask a question at the end. If you want engagement, ask for it. Here's a screenshot of a post I put when I came back from summer, and I was like, okay, I need to go back. I've been away for 6 weeks trying to manage my inbox, and also I took a break. So how do I get engagement? Well, ask a question at the end. I have this calendar in my kitchen where I check every week that passes by. And I created a post about it and thought, ask people, my community and followers, what are your thoughts? Want to get a similar calendar? I wanted more engagement. I wanted the LinkedIn algorithm to remember me. So because if you go away for a long period of time from LinkedIn, you pay the price. The engagement is low. So you have to come back. This is how it's built to keep you to come back and be active. And then this is when also the more you're active, the higher the chances to go viral. So some ways to ask for engagement. What are your thoughts? Agree? Would you like to add some tips? Would you like to add more input? Anything else you would like to add? It's simple and it's effective. So it's good. We're getting to the end. Here is a little recap when you want to write valuable content. So remember always create value. Does your post create value? Does the post solve a problem? Who is the customer? Think of a provocative, straightforward hook that has to be a scroll stopper. When people scroll, they need to say, oh, this is interesting. So actually spend almost as much time on the hook than on the post. And take your time when you're writing posts. Something that is written very quickly might be missing a call to action, might be missing a hook, a well-written hook, might not create so much value, might not bring a solution, might be something that quite is known, So it's not about putting knowledge that everybody knows as well, that is out there. It's about putting something, like I mentioned, that people would pay for. Ask for engagement, have a call to action, ask for engagement, add 3 relevant popular hashtags, because some people on LinkedIn are following hashtags. For example, I follow entrepreneurship or founder or fundraising. So posts who have that hashtags are appearing in my feed. At the same time, you will notice that you have some bots also interacting with these hashtags. And sometimes you don't get relevant comments and you get spams. So I'm kind of like, I test. Most of my posts don't have hashtags. Sometimes I add them. To be honest, it hasn't been a deal breaker. I grew on LinkedIn without hashtags. It's only lately that I started to use them to test. It's all about testing. And post, the more you write and post, the easier it gets. It's a muscle. It's a muscle. There are, of course, other strategies, especially how to go into the body of the text, how to write content in a way that is engaging, appealing, a bit provocative, thought-provocative, and so on. We don't have the capacity to cover everything today, but I hope this was useful. And if you want to straighten your brand with other professionals, I run a 3-month step-by-step program. The next one is starting in January. We meet every 2 weeks, 2 hours. You access strategies and support. We write together. You access everything you need to know to start creating content like a machine, build your brand network, but also build a community, generate sales. After all, we're here to sell, right? Access mindset tools, because one of the issues we have as a new content writer and also as a content writer and aspiring thought leader is how to put yourself out there. We have that fear. So we work on that. We tackle that together. You get a LinkedIn buddy, somebody to support you along the journey, and you build your network with other like-minded people and more. So I'm available. I'm still here. If you have questions, I would love to hear from you.